Hi, I'm Shauna Miles. I want to talk to you about fear of criticism. We could probably talk about this all day long. I think it's important to remember that everybody has their own opinion, and whatever, somebody else feels is okay for them. But when we look at criticism, we really have to be careful that people are going to have their own opinion. They're going to say whatever they want to say, and it doesn't have anything to do with me. Of course, I could always look at criticism like, is there pieces of how they criticize me or what they said when they criticize me that's true? Is there pieces of what they said to me that I can take and improve myself, make myself better? And so nobody wants to be criticized. We all want everybody to like us. We all want everybody to say, we're 100%, we're perfect. And it's just not reality. People are going to criticize us. People are going to be jealous. People are going to be, some people are going to try to help us, and they're, criticizing, maybe came out the wrong way. My middle son, he tells me all the time, what you're saying to me is right. And I agree. But the way you said it to me, I like the way you said it. The delivery, you need to work on the delivery. And so sometimes people come to us with good intentions. They criticize us. It's constructive criticism. They come to us with good intentions, but we can't receive it because the way they brought it to us. And so we just got to be mindful, though. We just got to take it with a grain of salt and look at it and say, okay, is there anything, once we got to get over our feelings, right? We got to get over our feelings first, because typically we don't want to be criticized. We want everybody to see us, as perfect. When reality, that's just not true. But when somebody comes to us with something, they're criticizing us about something, we really got to weigh it out and see, is there anything that this person is saying to me that is true? Is there anything this person is saying to me that I could take and improve? Is there anything that this person is saying to me that could really help me to be better? And so when we get away from thinking that everybody thinks that we're perfect, because the reality is nobody's perfect. We all making mistakes. We're all doing things that are wrong. We all could use quite a bit of improvement in every area of our life, right? So we all have areas where we could be criticized. And so the question is, how are we going to respond when we're criticized? But don't be afraid to be criticized, because people are going to always talk. And so I always talk about winners don't have time to talk about you, what you're doing. People that are successful don't have time to talk about you and what you're doing if they don't like what you're doing. If they have something that they're too busy focused on their own goals, if they have something to say that's going to help you, they'll tell you. And then it's up to you to take it or leave it. But somebody who is sitting around not doing anything, all they have time for is to criticize other people. They have something to say about everything. They got 2 cents to put about everything. They just have an opinion about everything, and it's okay. We just got to realize that we don't have to take criticism. We don't have to accept it. We don't have to listen to it when somebody criticizes us if we don't want to. We could just discard it, ignore it, let it go, and just realize that it's okay for people not to like us. It's okay if people criticize us. They have their own opinion. And then in the same vein, we got to be thinking about ourselves. Are we criticizing other people? Do we have a critical spirit? If we pay attention to our language every single day, are we criticizing people every single day? Are we talking about people? Are we, do we have something ugly to say about everybody? And in a lot of cases, we have an opinion about a lot of things that's really none of our business. That's, don't have anything to do with us. So if you have a critical spirit, you got to start evaluating yourself. If you don't have a critical spirit, just start paying attention to your language. What are you saying about people? What is, your most common thing, or what are you saying consistently about people? In a lot of cases, we're critical. We do the exact same thing. And so how can we be mad at somebody for criticizing us if all we do is criticize other people? Or if we do it on a regular basis, we criticize other people. How can we be mad at other people for criticizing us when we criticize other people? It's the same thing. So don't be afraid of people criticizing you. It's okay. Everybody have their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's just for us to decide what we're going to do with it. Are we going to listen to it? Are we not going to listen to it? Are we going to take it and see what we can learn from it? It's just up to you. You're going to ignore it. But we just have to step back and take an honest look at ourselves. I think that's the most important thing, is taking a step back, looking at ourselves and seeing what areas can we improve, and are we critical ourselves? Because that it's super important to look at ourselves, not just look at somebody else who criticized us and they hurt our feelings, but really look at ourselves and say, okay, how can I improve? And am I a critical person? And if I am, I need to change that. So just think about that. Don't be afraid to be criticized. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody. So it's just up to you to accept it, if you're going to accept it or not. Just what are you going to do with the criticism? But don't be afraid to try something. Don't be afraid to work on your goals. Don't be afraid to step out in faith for fear of being criticized, because people are going to always talk. You're not going to stop, even if you don't do anything. If you stay to yourself and don't do anything, don't step out and do anything that you want to, if you don't pursue your dreams, people still gonna have something to say. No matter what, whether you pursue your dreams, whether you don't pursue your dreams, people are still gonna talk. They're still gonna find something to criticize you about. So don't get caught up in that. Just move forward.